How many of you feel like there's something more for you, something deeper that you haven't quite tapped into? You go through life, you walk through struggles, and you wonder, why me? Why am I here? What's my real purpose? Today I'm here to tell you something that will rock your world. You've been walking around not realizing who you truly are. I want to take you on a journey that might make you uncomfortable, a journey that might make you ask questions you've never asked before. But I promise you this, by the time we're done, you will never see yourself the same way again. And you'll wonder how you ever lived without realizing that the person you've been searching for has been right in front of you all along. We're going to dive into the Word of God today, and I want you to see yourself in a new light. Just like Gideon, you might be hiding out, thinking you're small, unworthy, and abandoned, but God is about to reveal to you that you are mighty in His eyes. But first, let's talk about the journey of discovery. Why don't we start where it all begins in eternity? In life, there are moments when we experience a shift in perspective, a sudden realization that changes everything. It's as if a veil is lifted, and for the first time we see ourselves clearly. But for many of us, this awareness doesn't come easily. We spend years searching for meaning, looking for validation from others, struggling to fit into molds that never quite seem to match our true essence. The truth is, many of us don't really know who we are until we have to face something that forces us to look deeper. The idea of I didn't know I was me is the crux of a spiritual awakening, where we begin to understand that our identity isn't based on the labels others have placed on us, or even the things we've convinced ourselves are true about ourselves. We're often shaped by external forces, society, family, friends, our past, and these forces can make us forget the truth about who we really are. We may not realize it, but sometimes the way we see ourselves is influenced more by these external factors than by our own understanding of who we were meant to be. Life can make us feel inadequate, unworthy, or disconnected from our true self. We might spend years trying to fit into someone else's vision of success or happiness, all the while ignoring the unique purpose we were born. When we're in the midst of life's challenges, it's easy to forget that we are more than our current circumstances. It's easy to let the noise of the world drown out the still, quiet voice that is trying to tell us who we truly are. Sometimes it takes a crisis, a painful moment, or a transformative experience to shake us out of our complacency and awaken us to the reality of our own identity. It's like suddenly realizing that you've been looking for something that was right in front of you all along. You've been searching for fulfillment in places, people, and achievements that will never satisfy you. But when you stop long enough to reflect, you see that the answers were inside of you all along. The key is learning to hear that inner voice, recognizing the divine purpose that has been instilled in you from the very beginning. There are times when we are called to step out of our comfort zones, to rise above the limitations that others, and even we ourselves, have placed on us. It's only when we fully embrace who we are and the purpose for which we were created that we can truly begin to live a life of impact and fulfillment. For many, realizing who they really are involves confronting fears and doubts, letting go of past mistakes, and shedding the layers of self-deception that have built up over time. But once we accept the truth about ourselves, it opens the door to a life of transformation and divine alignment. We begin to understand that every challenge, every struggle, every season of difficulty has been part of a greater plan, a plan to lead us to the moment we can finally say, I know who I am. It is in that moment that everything changes. No longer do we feel lost or uncertain. Instead, we walk with the confidence that we are living out our true calling. So as we stand here today, think about your own life. What has been holding you back from fully embracing who you are? What aspects of yourself have you yet to discover? The truth is, you are more than what you've allowed yourself to believe. You were created for greatness, and once you realize that you are already equipped with everything you need to fulfill your purpose, your life will never be the same. The journey to discovering who you truly are starts now, and it starts with a single step toward self-awareness and acceptance. The journey toward understanding who we are often involves moments of deep reflection and self-discovery. These are the times when we feel unsettled, unsure of our place in the world, and disconnected from our own truth. We search for something outside ourselves to provide clarity, comfort, or guidance, but often find that what we truly seek is within. There's a certain kind of freedom that comes with realizing that the answers to life's most profound questions are not somewhere out there, but have always resided within us. The path to self-discovery requires us to turn inward, to embrace silence, and to become still enough to hear our own inner voice. Throughout life, we are conditioned by societal norms, cultural expectations, and the influences of family and friends to conform to certain ideals. We are taught to prioritize success, wealth, appearance, and popularity, often overlooking the more meaningful aspects of existence. As we grow older, many of us internalize these external standards, believing that we must meet them in order to feel valued or validated. This external pressure shapes our identities, and we begin to think of ourselves as defined by the roles we play, whether as a parent, a professional, or a friend. Over time, we lose sight of our true essence, becoming disconnected from our authentic selves. However, there comes a moment in life when the realization hits all the labels, titles, and expectations we've tried to live up to don't actually define us. These things are temporary, fleeting, and not the core of who we are. The truth is, we are not our jobs, our achievements, or the way others perceive us. We are much more than the sum of these parts. The essence of who we are lies in the way we feel, the thoughts we hold, and the experiences we accumulate. But none of these can be fully understood until we learn to listen to the still, small voice within us. When we begin to tune into this voice, we start to see things differently. The noise of the world quiets down, and we begin to understand our unique purpose and potential. We realize that we are not lost or insignificant, but rather part of a greater story. We are each endowed with gifts, talents, and qualities that make us uniquely capable of fulfilling a specific purpose in the world. The key to unlocking this truth is simply to stop seeking validation from the outside world and begin trusting in our inner wisdom. The process of self-discovery is not always easy, and it often requires letting go of beliefs, habits, and attachments that no longer serve us. It can be a difficult and uncomfortable process, but it is essential for personal growth. We must confront our fears, confront the limiting beliefs that hold us back, and be willing to embrace change. The journey is not about perfection, it is about progress. Each step we take toward understanding who we truly are is a step toward living a more authentic and fulfilling life. The realization that we are not defined by external factors can bring a sense of peace and clarity. It allows us to let go of the pressure to perform and gives us permission to simply be. We no longer need to prove ourselves or seek approval from others. We can step into the fullness of who we are with confidence and self-acceptance, knowing that we are enough just as we are. This shift in perspective opens the door to true freedom, the freedom to live a life aligned with our deepest values, desires, and potential. The journey towards self-awareness is ongoing, but once we begin, we find that we are never truly lost. Instead, we're always on the path to discovering more about ourselves and the purpose we are here to fulfill. The concept of embracing change and growth is central to living a fulfilling life. Change is a constant in the human experience, yet it is something that many of us fear. We become attached to the familiar, finding comfort in routine, even when it no longer serves our best interests. As a result, we often resist change, clinging to old habits, beliefs, and situations that hold us back from reaching our true potential. However, embracing change is one of the most powerful steps we can take toward personal transformation and fulfillment. It is through change that we are able to evolve, grow, and step into new possibilities. Growth, much like change, can be uncomfortable. It requires us to step outside our comfort zones and confront the parts of ourselves that we may have ignored or suppressed. It involves shedding old identities and patterns that no longer align with who we are becoming. This process of letting go can feel unsettling, but it is necessary for personal development. Just as a plant must stretch beyond its seedling stage to reach its full potential, we must expand and evolve to fully realize who we are meant to be. Growth often requires us to take risks, face uncertainty, and make difficult decisions that may not be easy in the moment. However, it is through these challenges that we find our strength and resilience. In our quest for growth, we must also learn to let go of the fear of failure. Failure is often viewed as something negative, something to be avoided at all costs. Yet failure is an essential part of the learning process. It teaches us valuable lessons and helps us to develop the skills and mindset necessary to navigate the challenges of life. When we approach failure with an open mind, we can view it not as a setback, but as an opportunity to learn, adapt, and improve. Each failure brings us closer to understanding who we are and what we are truly capable of. Through failure, we build resilience. And with each setback, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our strengths. Embracing change and growth also means embracing vulnerability. It means allowing ourselves to be open to new experiences, even if they bring discomfort or uncertainty. Vulnerability allows us to grow emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. It is through vulnerability that we form deeper connections with others and with ourselves. When we open ourselves to change, we open ourselves to the possibility of transformation. This transformation may not always look the way we expect, but it is often more profound than we could have imagined. It is important to remember that change and growth are ongoing processes. They are not events that happen overnight, but are instead continuous journeys. We are constantly evolving, learning, and adapting to the world around us. There is no final destination, no endpoint where we can say we have arrived. The beauty of life lies in its fluidity and in the ever-present potential for growth. Each day presents a new opportunity for change, for learning, and for stepping into a new version of ourselves. By embracing change and growth, we open ourselves up to a life of possibility, fulfillment, and deep satisfaction. As we continue to evolve, we come to realize that change is not something to fear, but something to welcome. It is through change that we discover our true potential and uncover new layers of who we are. By embracing the challenges that come with growth, we unlock the ability to live a life that is more aligned with our authentic selves. The process of change is never easy, but it is always worth it, for it is through growth that we find the strength, wisdom, and joy that lies within us. Living a life rooted in kindness and compassion transforms both the individual and the world around them. These qualities go beyond simply doing good deeds for others. They reflect a deep understanding of the shared human experience and the interconnectedness of all people. Kindness is not limited to grand gestures. It can be found in the smallest acts of consideration and understanding. A kind word, a helping hand, or even a moment of listening can have a profound impact on someone's day. When we practice kindness, we begin to cultivate an environment where others feel safe, valued, and appreciated. It is in this environment that trust and connection thrive, and where people are more likely to extend kindness to others in turn. Compassion, on the other hand, extends kindness into a deeper sense of empathy. While kindness is about acting in a way that benefits others, compassion involves understanding and sharing in the suffering of others. It calls for a willingness to see the world through someone else's eyes and to offer comfort or support when they are in pain or distress. Compassion requires vulnerability. It demands that we open our hearts to the suffering of others, even when it is difficult to witness or experience. When we act with compassion, we move beyond surface-level interactions and begin to form genuine connections. These acts of empathy create a sense of belonging and solidarity that can be a powerful antidote to loneliness, fear, and division. A life led by kindness and compassion does not just improve the lives of others, it enriches our own lives as well. Research consistently shows that acts of kindness and compassion have profound effects on mental and emotional well-being. When we show kindness, we experience an increase in happiness, a decrease in stress, and a boost in self-esteem. These positive effects are not limited to the person receiving the kindness. They extend to the person giving it as well. This creates a cycle of positive energy where each act of compassion strengthens our own emotional resilience and encourages further acts of kindness. Moreover, kindness and compassion have a ripple effect. When one person extends kindness, it inspires others to do the same. This is particularly important in today's world, where feelings of division and isolation can be prevalent. By embodying kindness and compassion, we become role models for others, demonstrating that small acts of care can create a large-scale impact. In communities where kindness and compassion are the norm, individuals are more likely to engage in pro-social behaviors, leading to stronger, more supportive environments. The practice of kindness and compassion is not without its challenges. It can be difficult to maintain a compassionate outlook in the face of adversity or when we encounter people who are unkind. Yet this is where true growth occurs. By continuing to choose kindness, even when it is hard, we not only demonstrate strength, but also create a model of positive behavior for others. Kindness and compassion require us to put our egos aside, to act with humility, and to recognize the worth of others, even when they may not immediately show it. At its core, living with kindness and compassion helps create a more harmonious and peaceful world. It teaches us that we do not need to look out for ourselves at the expense of others. We can all thrive together. When we approach the world with compassion, we are more open to the diversity of human experiences, and we become more attuned to the ways in which we can make a positive difference in the lives of others. The power of kindness and compassion lies in their simplicity. These actions may seem small, but they have the power to change lives, to heal wounds, and to build bridges where there were once walls. By choosing kindness and compassion, we choose a life filled with meaning, connection, and shared humanity. Living with a sense of gratitude allows us to shift our perspective, transforming the way we see the world and engage with it. Gratitude is not simply about being thankful for the big, obvious blessings in life. It is about cultivating a deep appreciation for all the moments, both big and small, that contribute to our well-being. From the warmth of a morning cup of coffee to laughter shared with friends, every moment offers an opportunity to practice gratitude. This attitude of thankfulness encourages us to focus on the positive aspects of our lives, rather than dwelling on what is lacking. When we focus on what we have, we begin to see abundance rather than scarcity, and our sense of contentment grows. The power of gratitude extends beyond the individual. It has the ability to strengthen relationships and deepen connections with others. When we express gratitude to those around us, we acknowledge concilium contributions, which fosters a sense of mutual respect and appreciation. This can create a positive feedback loop where the people we interact with feel seen and valued and are more likely to show gratitude in return. Gratitude helps to build stronger, more supportive relationships, whether in personal or professional settings. It enhances communication and encourages a spirit of cooperation and collaboration, making us more inclined to work together towards shared goals. Gratitude is also a tool for resilience. In times of challenge or hardship, it can be easy to become overwhelmed by negative emotions, focusing on what we have lost or what is going wrong. However, by practicing gratitude, we can reframe our experiences and find silver linings, even in difficult circumstances. When we actively seek out things to be grateful for, we shift our focus from problems to solutions, from what is missing to what is present. This shift in mindset can help us navigate challenges with greater ease, allowing us to maintain a sense of hope and optimism even when faced with adversity. It helps to create a foundation of positivity that we can draw upon when times get tough. Furthermore, gratitude has profound effects on mental and emotional well-being. Research has shown that individuals who regularly practice gratitude experience lower levels of stress and depression, as well as an increased sense of happiness and life satisfaction. This is because gratitude helps to rewire our brains, training us to focus on the positive rather than the negative. It reduces the tendency to ruminate on worries or regrets and instead encourages us to live in the present moment. As a result, we feel more at peace and better equipped to handle the ups and downs of life. In addition to its mental and emotional benefits, gratitude can also improve physical health. People who practice gratitude have been found to experience better sleep, improved immune function, and lower levels of inflammation. This may be due to the reduction in stress that gratitude brings, as chronic stress is known to have a negative impact on overall health. By fostering a sense of contentment and reducing the physiological effects of stress, gratitude promotes a healthier mind and body. The practice of gratitude is not confined to moments of joy or success. It is equally valuable during times of struggle or uncertainty. When we face challenges, gratitude helps to ground us, providing a reminder that even in the hardest moments, there is always something to be thankful for. It is through this practice that we learn to appreciate the journey, not just the destination. By making gratitude a daily practice, we can transform our approach to life, cultivating a mindset that embraces positivity, resilience, and connection with others. This shift in perspective is one of the most powerful tools we have to enhance our overall well-being and create a life of greater meaning and fulfillment. Kindness is a powerful force that has the ability to impact not only the recipient, but also the giver. It can be expressed in many forms, whether through a simple smile, a thoughtful gesture, or an act of generosity. Small acts of kindness can have a ripple effect, spreading positivity and encouraging others to act in the same way. When we practice kindness, we contribute to creating a more compassionate and caring world. It can help foster an environment where people feel supported, valued, and connected, leading to stronger communities and more meaningful relationships. When we practice kindness, we engage in a form of selflessness that goes beyond our own needs and desires. In a world that often emphasizes competition and individual success, kindness encourages us to think of others and put their well-being before our own. This selflessness is not only beneficial to others, but also to ourselves. It has been shown that acts of kindness can boost our own mood and well-being. When we do something good for someone else, it triggers a release of endorphins, which are the brain's natural feel-good chemicals. This physiological response can improve our emotional state, leading to a sense of happiness and fulfillment. In this way, kindness not only improves the lives of those around us, but also enriches our own lives. Kindness is also a fundamental aspect of building strong, trusting relationships. When we show kindness, we demonstrate that we care about the other person's feelings and needs. This fosters an atmosphere of mutual respect and understanding. People are more likely to open up and feel comfortable in relationships where kindness is present, whether in personal, family, or professional interactions. In a workplace, for example, culture of kindness can lead to better teamwork, greater cooperation, and a more supportive environment where people feel encouraged to succeed and contribute. Kindness can also play a key role in resolving conflicts, as it encourages empathy and understanding, allowing people to find common ground even in challenging situations. In addition to its emotional and relational benefits, kindness has a profound impact on our physical health. Research has shown that practicing kindness can lower blood pressure, reduce stress, and improve heart health. Acts of kindness promote positive social interactions, which in turn reduce feelings of isolation and loneliness. When people feel supported and connected, they are less likely to experience the negative effects of stress and are more likely to engage in healthy behaviors. Kindness has the potential to create a virtuous cycle where helping others leads to improved well-being for everyone involved. Kindness also plays a crucial role in mental health. Studies have found that engaging in acts of kindness can help reduce feelings of anxiety and depression. When we focus on the needs of others, it takes the focus off of our own worries and concerns, providing a mental break from negative thought patterns. Furthermore, kindness fosters a sense of belonging and connection, both of which are essential for good mental health. People who experience kindness, whether as a giver or a recipient, feel more supported, loved, and accepted, which can help alleviate feelings of loneliness or despair. At its core, kindness has the power to transform lives. It is a universal language that transcends barriers of culture, language, and background. It encourages empathy, understanding, and connection between individuals, communities, and even entire societies. By fostering kindness, we create an environment in which people feel valued and respected, where cooperation and collaboration thrive, and where compassion becomes the norm rather than the exception. This transformation is not limited to others. Kindness also has the power to transform the giver, leading to greater happiness, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose in life. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, has the potential to make the world a better place, one gesture at a time.